Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Back with another live stream, back with another daily live stream. Now, I've asked you a big question. I really asked you a big question. How many live streams should we do on a daily basis? How many live streams should I put out for you on a daily basis? And honestly, I need that one. I need that one answered as soon as possible. Should we do 3? Should we do 2 or 3? I think that is what I can manage. 2 or 3. Let me know down in the comments below. Make sure you get involved. In the chat. Tell me what you think about my question, because I'm thinking about, if I do 3 live streams on a daily basis, then we upload less. If I do 2 live streams, then we upload more. So let me know what you think about that. I'll be very, very glad to get in your feedback as well. We're gonna speak a couple of things. Obviously, Arsenal have signed in a new striker, and the guy is an 18-year-old striker. His name is called Mika Berith. We will speak about Mika Berith in depth, and try to understand what exactly is he and where is he coming from and things like that. But we also have a couple of stories to speak about. I will try to answer many of your questions as I can. Exactly. So I'll try to answer your questions, many of your questions as much as I can. You can call in now. You can call in on WhatsApp. You can, my WhatsApp number is on the screen. You can call in on WhatsApp and ask any question. You'll be heard live in studio. So I'm closing. I'm going to close all the other avenues, StreamYard and everything, because it's a little bit disturbing. And then we will use the WhatsApp calls. I think that will be fine. So we will be using WhatsApp calls to communicate, here and there. Try to speak about a couple of things. Get your thoughts in as well. Using WhatsApp calls. I hope that will be fine as well. And obviously, don't forget to smash that like button, because it really means a lot as well. So we're gonna speak a couple of things. But when we begin, let's begin off with our 4-0 triumph. With our 4-0 triumph against Millwall yesterday. Yesterday we did have a pre-season game, by the way. It looks like many people didn't know about it. I talked about it in the second upload of the day yesterday, and I said really Arsenal did have a pre-season friendly with Millwall. It was behind closed doors. Now the reason as to why it felt like that was we had a tour to America, where we had to play the likes of Inter Milan and Everton, but because of the coronavirus, those things, right? So because of the coronavirus and the pandemic and things like that, the games were cancelled. So Arsenal decided to replace the games with the Millwall game, which we played yesterday. Albert Sambi-Lokonga getting his first debut. I think that was the highlight of that game yesterday. I think that was the highlight. I mean, if it wasn't the highlight, then I don't know what was the highlight of the game. So Pepe scored for Arsenal. It was a very, very beautiful goal. Chambers scored yesterday. Balogun scored as well. Another beautiful goal. And I think with the Balogun goal, one of the things. Look, I think the Pepe goal was brilliant, but I think the Balogun goal was more brilliant. So with Balogun, the goal was created as a typical Arsenal goal. But one of the things you saw in that in that preseason friendly is Thomas Partey playing with Albert Sambi-Lokonga deep in the midfield. They played together as Partey being the box to box, and of course the man with a lot of rhythm and a lot of freedom. And if you look at Partey's average position, in that game, it was a little bit more advanced than his usual average position. And of course, Albert Sambi Lokonga, obviously as the number 6 yesterday, doing all the donkey work, doing all the physical work. The guy is very physical. Now look, this is only preseason. This is only the first game. I can't really get overboard, but I'm trying to shed a picture of what Albert Sambi Lokonga. If you watched that game yesterday, even if you did watch it, Lokonga is the real deal. In the next 2 years, if this guy is actually managed well, he's going to become a very, very good player. I think the thing he has more than Matteo Guendouzi is the physicality and the athleticism that Guendouzi doesn't have. Because Guendouzi is a very good, player, technical player, passing the ball in the midfield. That is his strength. But with Albert Sambi Lokonga, he has more attributes than Matteo Guendouzi, a player who has the physique, a player who has who's got the athleticism, a player that can pass the ball, and many. But so for me, Albert Sambi Lokonga yesterday was my man of the match. What a debut for the young lad, 21 years of age. And for me, when I look at him, look, yeah, he might be young, but when I look at him, I think it doesn't really look 21. I think you can, if you look at him, you could be like, he's 22, he's 20 years of age, and his football was really, really good yesterday. So we managed to beat Millwall, and we recorded our first win in the pre-season. 3 games now, 1 win, 1 draw, and 1 loss to Hibernian. There are a couple of rumors that Arsenal will schedule another pre-season friendly with any other club. We wait to see what's going to come out of that. And obviously, if it comes out, I'll be able to give you the details. So yesterday, Arsenal 4, brilliant. Arsenal 4, Millwall 0, and the goal scorers: Alexander Lacazette, Chambers, Balogun, and of course my man there, Nicola Pepe. But with the highlights of the game, I've gone with Albert Sambi Lokonga. He was absolutely marvelous. I think we need to see more of those performances. Albert, that was a good performance. We need to see more of those performances, the likes of Nuno and a couple of other players. So two of our new signings have actually made their debuts, and like Sky Sports have reported, more and more players, more and more business is still being done at Arsenal. So still talking about more business being done at Arsenal, let us get into the headline story, which is Arsenal signing in a new striker in the names of Mika Biereth. Now that's the name of the guy. He's called Mika Biereth, or Mika Biereth. He comes in from Fulham, Fulham under 18s. He's 18 years of age. Yeah, I know. Someone's gonna tell me, Cossy again, Cossy, under 18s again, Cossy, young players, backup players again. But I think one of the things we've got to think about is Eddie Balogun, Florian Balogun has actually left the under 23s. He has left the under 23s, and they need a replacement. They need a striker in there. So I think the likes of if you have Mika Biereth actually coming in to occupy that void. The guy scored 21 goals in 21 games. Look, this could be only under 18. This could be non-competitive football. This could be not Premier League. But again, these players have always come from what they are. If you look at a player, what they're offering at the moment as a young player, and then you can project and look at the prospect. The likes of Balogun, we didn't know them. They have been scoring goals down there, and everybody has been screaming, give Balogun a new contract and give him a chance, because he was given a chance in the first place. So this guy has actually scored 21 goals and 13 assists in 21 games for the Fulham under 18s. This story has been done by The Athletic, and it's hilarious, isn't it? It's absolutely hilarious. There is someone. I hope I could just get that comment, because I'm on my Twitter handle. This guy is actually. Of course, many people are speaking about his age, but I'm not interested in that. I just can't get that. Okay, there it is. There it is. So this guy said, he's called Kalito El Guna. He said 21 goals and 13 assists in 21 games. That is Messi, right? So look, I've always said this with young players. You don't give him the hype. You don't overpraise him and give him, all things and overburden him. But again, you've got to give them the due respect they deserve. You've got to give them the confidence, and you've got to give them that encouragement. You're gonna do better, son. You're gonna be a better player, son. So for me, the one thing I think I'm thinking about this guy is potential. 21 goals and 13 assists. There's a lot of potential in there. There's loads and loads of potential in there, right? Loads and loads of potential. A player score, because this guy is actually 18 years of age. If you have a player who plays for you 10 games and he scores 9 goals or 7 goals in 10 games, that guy is brilliant. But this guy has scored 21 goals. That means he has directly got himself involved in a goal every time he appears on the pitch. That's the first thing. He directly gets himself involved in a goal every time he appears on the pitch, and he has made 13 assists. So roughly, if you're gonna do the mathematics, he has actually got himself involved in 34 goals in 21 games. Where do you find that? Where do you find that? I mean, if you dig down the academies of Barcelona, maybe the academies of Madrid, PSV, Dortmund, maybe you can find such talents. But where do you find that? I mean, Erling Haaland is one of those players. I think many Red Bull Salzburg players have that, really have that thing. You'll find that they have almost the same number of goals and assists as the number of games they played. It happened with Dominic Szoboszlai. He had almost the same number of goals and as the same number of games he's played. It happened with Erling Haaland, Patson Daka as well. So I think, look, it's gonna be interesting to see how this guy develops. Don't put a lot of pressure on him. He can play as a central striker. That is where he plays majorly, according to the transfer market website. Then he can play also on the left wing. He can also play on the right wing. That is where he can play. But a guy that gets involved in 30 plus goals in 20 games, it's going to be an interesting one to watch out for. Honestly, it's going to be an interesting one to watch out for. One for the future. I agree. Many of you do want to tell me, because we want someone that is carrying. We want someone that actually adds absolute value at the moment. Yes, I do understand that. But at this point in time, you've got to think about the likes of Saka, where they've come from. So we've got to recruit these kinds of talent. The likes of Saka. I mean, what if he becomes another Saka? What if he becomes another Emil Smith-Rowe? So the guy is the guy is 18 years of age. He's an attacking center forward. His height is actually 1.87 meters. Quite tall enough, I think. Quite tall enough for a striker. That is fine. 1.87 meters. Yeah, that is quite that's quite tall enough. His full name is called Mika Miles Biereth, right? Mika Miles Biereth. And he is only 18 years of age. So I don't really have the details of how much Arsenal have signed him and things like that. The Athletic have not actually provided that. But what they have said is the player actually joins Arsenal, and he would be straight into our under-20 race. So congratulations to the lad for joining Arsenal. If you're young like that and you join a club like Arsenal, there's a lot of emotions going on at the moment in his body, and I hope he does well. Honestly, I really hope he does well. So we have an update around Denis Zakaria as well. My man AFC Max, make sure you give him a follow on Twitter as well, and of course do give me a follow on Twitter. My name is Cossy on Twitter. Make sure my handle is Cossy on Twitter. Make sure you do give me a follow as well. So This is according to my man AFC Max, and says Dennis Zakaria has been approached by Arsenal over a potential move. His club is trying to tie him down to a new deal. According to reports, he is fearing a move away from the club. The club have actually slapped a 25 million euro price tag on Dennis Zakaria. Now, we've spoken about Dennis Zakaria before. It's not the first time, honestly. It's not the first time we're speaking about Dennis Zakaria, and probably it's not the last time in the summer that we will speak about a central midfielder or a defensive midfielder. So Zakaria is a defensive midfielder. We've spoken about this before. And remember when I was speaking about who replaces Xhaka, players that would replace Xhaka, players that maybe could replace Granit Xhaka if Arsenal decided to go for one, I spoke about Dennis Zakaria. And I said, if you have a player like Dennis Zakaria, you have it. You've nailed it. It's a very, very good player. He's playing with Borussia Mönchengladbach at the moment. That is where we got Granit Xhaka in Germany, from Germany. That is where we signed Granit Xhaka for around £35 million. Now, Zakaria is also available at 25 million euros. He's running down in his contract. That means that price could actually go down and down. And he plays for this guy, Dennis Zakaria. If I'm not wrong, I'm not actually wrong. He plays for Switzerland, right? He plays for Switzerland. So he's not, despite the fact that he might have roots in Africa, but he's not, he won't actually need to go out for the AFCON. Now, is Arsenal interested really? That is the big question, because according to the report, they're saying that Arsenal has actually approached Dennis Zakaria and his camp over a potential move to the Arsenal. Make sure you do smash a like on the video. Let's get them to 100 likes right about now, people. Thanks everybody for doing that. Let's get them to 100 likes right about now. Thanks everybody. That really means a lot when you guys do smash the like button. It really means a lot. So let's get them to 100 right about now. So let's discuss Zakaria. Let's try to discuss Zakaria in more of a logical point of view rather than an optimistic one. Because if we decided to go with optimistic mirror, then it's so easy. It is very, very easy if we go for the optimistic mirror. Dennis Zakaria is actually 25 million euros. He's running down of contract. He's left with 1 year left on his contract. That means you could even sign him for less than 15 million euros if Borussia Mönchengladbach actually are afraid of losing the player on a free deal next summer. And that is what happens with such transfers. That is actually what happens with such deals. You always want to keep the player as Borussia Mönchengladbach, but he has 1 year left on his contract, and that's one of the things you've got to consider. He has 1 year left on his contract. He either leaves on a free next summer, or you actually get whatever you can get. It's the same situation we are in with Alexander Lacazette. We know Lacazette is worth around 30 million euros, but again, his contract is running down, so you cannot actually command 30 million euros from him at the moment. And also, depending on the circumstances and how the market looks like, clubs don't have money, wages are high and things like that. Clubs are trying to actually cut their wage bills, including Madrid and Barcelona and a couple of other clubs. It only makes sense if you get a player like Alexander Lacazette for 17 million euros, and everybody will be like, what? Arsenal sold Lacazette for 17 million euros. It's unbelievable. Arsenal are unreal. But the reason you're selling that player for that amount is quite understandable. We've spoken about it before all the time. The player is running down the player's contract is running down. You don't want to lose him on a free, on a free in the next summer. You get whatever amount of money you can get and move on. So it's the same thing that happens with that would happen if we use the optimistic lens with Dennis Zakaria, because Bissouma's contract runs down in 2022, right? 2024. Manuel Locatelli's contract is still on as well. The likes of Renato, the likes of Ruben Neves, their contracts are still on. So it makes their parent clubs in a better, it puts their parent clubs in a better negotiating position than Arsenal. With Borussia Mönchengladbach, they're skeptical a little bit. What if he doesn't sign a new contract? He has 1 year left on his contract. It's the same thing that is happening with Celtic and Odsonne Edouard. They know Odsonne Edouard is a prolific striker, is a good striker that can actually bring them around 50 million euros if in a normal summer. But the problem they have now is the player actually has less than 2 years left on the contract. He has 12 months left on his contract. So you either sell him or you persuade him to sign a new contract. And with players, because Zakaria knows if I don't sign a new contract with Borussia Mönchengladbach and my contract runs down, I'm going to get a sign-on fee. I'm going to get huge wages because I'm moving as a free agent, and that's what that's what some players look at. So you can see how transfers are actually not that easy to understand. So let's speak about it. Let's speak about it from the logical point of view. From the logical point of view, Dennis Zakaria is a good player. We've got to accept that. He's a very, very good player. Does Borussia Mönchengladbach want to sell? At the moment, they're saying no. But I'm asking myself, when has Borussia Mönchengladbach said no to money? When have they said? When have they ever said we don't want the money? We want to keep the player. We don't want the money. I don't think. I think what they want is to tie the player down to a long-term contract so they can actually command more money, from his sale. Because at the moment, if they're asking for 25 million euros, you can see that that is their ceiling. That is the most amount of money they can get. And a club setting 25 million euros for a player who's running down, whose contract is running down, you understand the quality of the player. If he had 2 or 3 years on his contract, it would be like 45 million euros. That would be the price. So City is interested, Arsenal is interested, as well. Logically, it makes sense, in my opinion. It absolutely makes sense. Manuel Locatelli doesn't want to join Arsenal. The Housham Owa deal is waiting for the Locatelli deal and Ruben Neves. The Ruben Neves deal is stuck because of the price tag on the player. Around 50 or 45 million pounds. That is what Wolves are speaking about. And Arsenal do need a central midfielder. Xhaka is just inches away from signing for Jose Mourinho. So we need a central midfielder or we need a defensive midfielder at the moment. Someone who has played in the in the top 5 leagues. Someone who has played somewhere in Europe. He's playing in the German Bundesliga, and he has consistently played for Borussia Mönchengladbach for at least 2 good seasons. Do I take Zakaria? I would absolutely take Dennis Zakaria. Honestly. I would absolutely take Dennis Zakaria. Absolutely take him. But again, I don't think Arsenal is the man Arsenal gonna go for. Honestly, I don't think he's the man Arsenal gonna go for. I think Arsenal might end up going for. It's either gonna be Ruben. For me, it's either gonna be Ruben Neves or Housham Owa. Those are the two we are going to end up with. I don't see Arsenal go for Dennis Zakaria. But if you brought in a player, because if you brought in a player like Dennis Zakaria, it's more of the Albert Sambi-Lokonga party situation. Zakaria is the DM, is the defensive midfielder, and then Partey does the box to box. That is what that is what you actually have in signing Dennis Zakaria. So the story is there. Arsenal have approached the player. The Borussia Mönchengladbach want to keep, and they want to keep their player. I want to give their player a new contract. Look, I don't see that happen. I really don't see that happen. Unless otherwise. Make sure you do smash the like button, people. Let's get them to 100 likes. We are there. Let's get them to 110 likes. Let's get them to 110 likes. Thanks, everybody. Let's smash them to 120. Let's get them to 120. So that is the update around Dennis Zakaria. That's the update around Dennis Zakaria. I have more updates as well. I have more and more updates as well. So let's speak about Willian for a second. It looks like there is a club that wants to sign Willian, and the club is Al Ahly. That is the club. I think it's from Dubai. So according to reports, Arsenal have given Al Ahly their approval to sign Willian. Right? Arsenal have given Al Ahly their approval to sign Willian. However, the problem now is with the wages, because they're saying here that the club's agreement with the player remains on personal terms. It is noted that Willian's high wages and high salary may make the deal difficult. That is according to the report I'm looking at the moment. So with Willian, it's a bit, it's a little bit more of a fuss. It's a little bit more of a fuss. I think it's a problem that Arsenal created by themselves, and we are suffering at the hands of that problem. Well done, Arsenal. Well done, Arsenal. That is all what you do. That is all you can do. Create problems and then suffer at their hands. Because signing in Willian, first and foremost, giving him a 3-year deal was a problem. At this point in time, he would be left with 1 year on his contract. Things would have been different, absolutely different. But we gave him, he was 32 when we brought him in, and we gave him 3 years. Edu, because he's Brazilian, isn't he? Because he's Brazilian, so Edu gave him 3 good years on that contract. After that, you give him close to 200,000. Come on, we understand he's a free agent, but he was only using us to stay in London. Come on. 200k. Now a problem created. Now we are suffering at the we are suffering at the hands of that very problem. Who's gonna give Willian 200,000 per week? Why would any club give Willian 200,000 per week unless they are Arsenal, who have Edu as their sporting director? I'm just asking myself, and this could be the work of Willian's agent, because you remember we spoke about it last summer. We spoke about it last summer, and we said maybe there is something going wrong with Arsenal's transfers. Willian, 3 years, 200k per week. That was unreal, absolutely unreal. Not even Crystal Palace can do that. However much you're excited of getting a player like Willian, not even Crystal Palace could do that. Not even Burnley. Yeah, it was a mistake. So any club that comes in, I think, look, this is stupid to say, but I think this is what's going to happen. Any club that comes in to take Willian, it could be like the Mesut Ozil situation. Because what actually happened with Mesut Ozil, these guys made us believe, oh, Mesut Ozil has left the club. The wage bill has actually, the wage burden has actually been, softened. That was not the deal. The deal was Mesut Ozil left the club, went to Turkey, and Arsenal still paid every inch of, come on, Arsenal. We still paid every single inch of his salaries until his contract ran down. It ran down last month in June. That's it. So with Willian, I'm looking at Arsenal doing almost the same thing. You either amicably terminate his contract, maybe. That means you're gonna pay him you're gonna pay his, you're gonna pay his money all at once, let him go, or you're gonna get a club that doesn't pay you a penny and commits to paying Willian the wages. Or you could have Arsenal getting a club that takes Willian. Arsenal doesn't get a penny, but the club shares the revenue responsibilities of Willian with Arsenal, yet the player is away. That is what happened with Mesut Ozil, and it is ridiculous. With Willian, there was no excuse. With Mesut Ozil, he had done a couple of things at Arsenal, so you could give him that contract. Things didn't work out after signing a new contract, maybe. But yeah, there is something, he has some 40 assists somewhere. He has some 15 assists in a season somewhere in a single campaign. Willian, 32 years of age, 200,000. That was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious. But let's pray Al-Ahli could actually take him, because according to reports, they are interested, and Arsenal has given them the leeway to actually sign him. Now, speaking about wages and problems and mistakes, we have another one. And this was reported via the Express Sport. And they said Arsenal are prepared to pay Tammy Abraham 125,000 per week, which is 45,000 pounds more than what he's getting at Chelsea. It is thought that they still want to do a loan to buy via Express. So we're gonna speak about Tammy and the wages alone, just the wages alone, not how good Tammy is, not what he brings at Arsenal, but the wages of Tammy Abraham. Thanks everybody for hitting that button. Thanks everybody for hitting that button. Let's get them to 150 right about now. Thanks so much. Let's get them to 150 right about now. Thanks everybody for doing that. It really helps a lot, by the way. It really helps a lot. Let's get them to 150 likes right about now. And of course, in the comment section, I've asked you a question. Do you think I should do 2 live streams, or I should do 3 live streams? 60% people at the moment are saying Cossy do 3. 40% are saying do 2 Cossy. So let me go. If we get 200 people voting for that, then I'll be. I told you, the first 50,000 people are the first people I'm gonna produce content for. So let me know which kind of how many live streams do you want, and I'll be asking you more comments, more questions actually, on the content we should be putting out. So let's pick Tammy Abraham, people. Let's pick Tammy Abraham. Come on, Arsenal. Look, the report is Arsenal are trying to agree personal terms with Tammy Abraham, not yet agreed. Tammy Abraham is asking for a wage, for a salary about 125,000 pounds per week. Tammy is currently earning 80,000 pounds per week at Chelsea. The big question for me is, what has Tammy Abraham done to deserve 125,000 per week? That is my question. That is the question. Yes, Tammy Abraham, his English, blah, 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 things like that, A, B, C, D. What has he done to demand that money? Does he deserve 125,000 per week? Because if you're signing in a player like Robert Lewandowski, and he asks for 300,000 per week, absolutely. There is absolutely every reason as to why you give him that amount, that much. If you're looking at a player like Erling Haaland, and he asks for 400,000 per week, you could. If you're looking at James Madison and he asks for 200,000 per week, you could give him that, because they have had previous good seasons and they are proven. Tammy Abraham has not proven for me. He hasn't proven, and I'm surprised Arsenal are willing to pay 125,000 in wages for this guy. When we have an option of signing Odsonne-Edouard, at 15 million euros and give him a wage less than 100,000, less than 100,000 pounds, and he's proven. He's done it consistently. Look, I don't think Tammy Abraham is so bad as a striker, but what I'm trying to say is not yet that level where you get paid 125,000 pounds at Arsenal. It's only Arsenal where it is only at Arsenal where you find these such players getting all those ridiculous amounts of money. It's only at Arsenal, honestly. It's only at Arsenal. So for me, there's no one giving Tammy Abraham such a contract. 125,000 a week. You pay him for 40 million pounds. You pay 40 million euros or 40 million pounds for him. What if it doesn't click? That is the question. If it doesn't click, This is it. If you buy him for 40 million and becomes a flop, you're gonna have to sell him to West Ham or Southampton. They'll give you 15 million pounds. That is a loss of 25 million pounds, and you're gonna struggle to sell him off. You're gonna struggle to sell him off because no club is gonna match his wages. 125,000. No club will want to match his wages. For me, what I would say is offer him a contract, guarantee him playing time, and give him around 85 to 95,000. The only thing Tammy Abraham should benefit from, from this move is, I'm taking you from a club where you do not have a chance to start, we do not have a chance to play football, to a side where you have a chance to play more regularly. That is where that is the advantage he's benefiting. Not high wages. We're not signing in a Ronaldo da Lima. We're not signing in a Ronaldinho. Your Tammy Abraham, who didn't play many minutes last season behind Timo Werner. The quality at Chelsea, maybe he can't compete with the quality at Chelsea. We are giving him a chance to show the world how good he is, not how much money we can actually give him. So, and I spoke about this yesterday, really spoke about it and said, for me, it's ridiculous, really. It's really, really ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But I'm going to shoot a video about Bernardo Silva. But I want to ask you people, what do you think about Bernardo Silva to Arsenal? What do you think about Bernardo Silva to Arsenal? The reports are Mikel wants the player. And because the wages, and that's the wages, the price of Maddison could be a little bit high. Arsenal could resort to Bernardo Silva if he is readily available. We've already had this debate. We've already had this debate on Cossy's Arsenal chat on WhatsApp, and the debate was actually because my point was Bernardo is a good player. He's a Rome Deuter. He can do that Rome Deuter role very well. I mean, you find him, fitting into pockets of space. He's very good at at handling the ball. He's very good at playing on the flanks. But is he that direct like James Maddison? No, I think Maddison is a little bit more direct than is actually more direct than Bernardo. I would have both of them at the club, but if you ask me, who do you take among the two, I would go for James Maddison. But because the price is a little bit high for James Maddison, Arsenal might actually end up going for Bernardo Silva. My question on the stream today is, what are your thoughts on Arsenal signing in Bernardo Silva? What are your thoughts on that? Let's get them to 180 likes. Thanks everybody for doing that. We are at 160. Let's get in 20 more likes, people, to do that. 20 more likes to do that. Get them to 180 likes right about now. Do that, people. Let's get them to 180 likes right about now. So we're gonna speak. To you directly. Call in via WhatsApp. Call in via my WhatsApp number. Please do that. It is the second contact on the screen. So call in via my WhatsApp number. I would love to get your thoughts in. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. My man Glenn, how are you doing? I hope I can get in. I hope I can get you on today, my man Glenn. So let's look at some of your comments, people. Thanks everybody in the chat for always being on and joining me always live. Glenn says Bernardo Silva would be great if you're playing a 4-3-3, not a 4-3-3-1. Exactly. Absolutely spot on, my man. Absolutely spot on, my man. So with Bernardo, like you said, I think you love him when he's playing that when you're playing that 4-3-3, because what the 4-3-3 gives you is a little bit more of liberty for midfielders to do whatever they want. I think it is more of a modern kind of playing system. Modern football. You have Kevin De Bruyne doing whatever he wants. You have Partey doing whatever he wants. You have Bernardo Silva. It gives them a lot of freedom to operate in big amounts of space. With the 4-2-3-1, my brother, roles are a little bit more specific. Yeah, and that's what Glenn says, that if you're playing him in the 4-3-3, you're giving him the space to run from top to bottom, left to right, up and down. With the 4-2-3-1, I think you're a little bit, it's a little bit more specific. If you're a central midfielder, that is your role. If you're a DM, that is your role. If you are if you are an attacking midfielder, creative midfielder, that is your. It's a little bit more specific than the 4-3-3. So look, if Mikel wants to play 4-3-3, I would absolutely take Bernardo, and I will try to look at Bernardo in the past 2-3 years. How has he actually done in terms of creating chances, in terms of involving in goals and things like that? Maybe we could be judging the wrong man. We could be judging the wrong man. When he says, Cossy, any news about Martinelli? Gabriel Martinelli. Okay, I know what you're speaking about. I know what you're talking about. So I need to get this right. So, with Gabriel Martinelli, he's playing in the Olympics with Brazil, and there is a rumor that he could actually get shirt number 11. The rumor is there. Yeah, there is a rumor that he could actually get that he could actually get in shirt number 11. That rumor is there, but not 100% confirmed. Not yet 100% confirmed, but the rumor is there. We are at 170 likes. Thanks everybody for doing that. You guys are the real deal. You guys are my real deal. Let's get them to 190 right about now. 10 more likes to do that. Let's get them to 190. 10 more likes to do that. And you guys are the real deal. Let's look at some of your comments and see what you people are saying. So Martinelli, that is the update. Martinelli, that's the update. Okay. Adi says, right? Bissouma, what is the update? This is according to my man Vinesh says, Cossy Bissouma, what is the update around Yves Bissouma? Yesterday when I did the Arsenal Done Deal show, I told you everything happening around Arsenal from Fabrizio, and he said we talked about it. We said Bissouma at the moment, he's not the priority. He's not the priority. Yes, he has told his agent to work with Brighton to see that they can actually get him to Arsenal. Arsenal have not made an official offer. So, look, this would be the easiest deal for Arsenal to do. But I think it's all about priorities. It's all about priorities. He's not a priority. That's all. Because the player wants Arsenal, Brighton would want to sell. Would they want to give us two of their best talents, in the same campaign, in the same transfer window? It's a big question. Probably, we need to look, we need to look into that as well. Make sure you smash that button, people. Let's get them to 190 right about now. And Dante says 120k a week because he is a Chelsea reject. Look, for me, it doesn't make sense, man. It really doesn't make sense. Why the hell do we give this guy 125,000 per week? Why the hell do we do that? What is the point to justify that? Has it proven at Chelsea? No. Proven in the Premier League? No. I mean, there is potential in him. There is potential in him, but if we're paying for potential, then the likes of how much? Look, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Maybe because it's English. Maybe that could also be one of the factors. Because in the market, if you're buying an English player, this is purely on the English market. If you're buying an English player, there is that extra you have to pay. It's either in the wages, it's either in the price. maybe. But I don't think it is wise. I don't think it's a wise move. I really don't think it's a wise move for Arsenal to do that. Dana says, why are we talking about strikers? Laka is still here. Did he get any offers? Did we get any offers for him? At the moment, no, bro. At the moment, no. We actually haven't got any offers for Alexander Lacazette. And he's up for grabs, by the way. Lacazette is up for grabs. Yeah. Lacazette is up for grabs. So make sure you know, if you have a club that would actually, you know, want a striker, Lacazette is up for grabs. Let's make sure we are at 200 likes. We are very, very close to that. We are very, very close to that. Make sure we are 200 likes, people. We are just 8 likes from that. 8 likes. Give me more 8 likes. Give me 8 more likes, and we shall be at exactly 200 likes. 8 likes to do that. 8 more likes to do that. I would love to get, you know, some of your comments as well. You know, here. Ibrahim says, that's my guy Cossy. Ibrahim should know that we are. This is my man Vandi Musa, and says Ibrahim should know that we are helping to sell him to get to the world. Should we get him on loan? So let him stop us. And yeah, exactly. I mean, by the look of things, you know what's funny? Yeah. By the look of things, it looks like Tammy is helping Arsenal to join us. He's not helping us, bro. I think he benefits more from this deal. Absolutely. He benefits more. You're going to a club that's going to give you more playing time, a big club as well. We're bigger than Chelsea. They have a Champions League, you know, trophy. They have now two. Yeah, they now have 2 Champions titles and a couple of Premier League titles. But I mean, if they sign Haaland, you're gonna go to Aston Villa. If you sign, not even Aston Villa, does he play at Aston Villa? I don't think plays ahead of Ole Watkins. I don't think. So if they sign Haaland, he could go to a Southampton, Crystal Palace. Being at Arsenal, for me, I think it's a huge advantage, a very huge advantage. So for me, asking for that, for all that amount is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. 4 more likes, people, to get to our target. 4 more likes to get to our target. Thanks everybody for doing that. You guys are the real deal, man. And we're very close to 29,000 subscribers. To 30,000, sorry. What did I say? Okay, let's get in from Augustine. Guys, the comments are so many. If the comments are very many, so the better way to get in your comments easy is by using a super chat. If you use a super chat, I'll be able to see your comments easy. So make sure you do use a super chat. Super stickers I don't think super stickers come with comments. So use that $sign to customize your comment. Then I'll be able to see it, faster, because the comments are very, very many. Right. So Augustine says, Cossy, Dennis Zakaria is good, but still the Lokonga kind of player. I know him. I have watched him play. I've watched him play as well, bro. I've watched him play as well. I think he's not different from Albert Sambi Lokonga. What he gives you more than Lokonga is he's played in a top league like the German Bundesliga more consistently. At a more consistent level. Yeah. At a more consistent level, right? Right. Let's speak about these people. Let's speak about this for a minute. Many people actually. I've asked you how many live streams should I do on a daily basis. 46% are saying Cossy do 2 live streams. 54% are saying Cossy do 3 live streams. Okay, that really means a lot. Thanks everybody. I do appreciate that. Absolutely do appreciate that. Okay, right. What went with the Spotify CEO Cossy taking over Arsenal? This is according to Basil, my man. Pick up my man, Basil. Pick up my man. Remember when the last show I did about this the takeover. The last show we did about the takeover. I spoke about 2 or 3 things. One, I said maybe these guys are using Arsenal. Because the moment the guy actually said, I'm here to buy Arsenal. Spotify, shares. People are, rose by you can't even tell. I don't think he was using us though. I think he was genuinely, involved in buying Arsenal. He wanted to buy the club. He just didn't get the opportunity. He just didn't get the time, the opportunity. So what happened was, what we know is that the guy actually made a bid to the Cronkies and they rejected it. On his official Twitter handle, he actually said they don't need the money. And I was a little bit disappointed, but we were eventually told that the guy will stick around. They'll try harder and harder to see that Arsenal actually gets back to the level at which it needs to be, and they'll try to buy when an opportunity actually comes. So at the moment, the Cronkies don't need the money, so don't expect a takeover from Daniel Ek. We were also told we could have Dangote in the summer go into talks, but it disappeared. It absolutely disappeared. So, with Arsenal transfer news and takeover news, a lot happens, in terms of the media. Less actually happens in terms of real work. Which striker that has completed the move to Arsenal? I didn't put the name in the title. Why didn't I do that? Why did I do that? I'm gonna put the name in the title. The guy is called Mike Biereth. He's coming in from Fulham. Mike Biereth. I'll put the name in the title. Sorry for that. I think because I put my title in Streamlabs Melon. So I think I didn't edit it on YouTube, right? So that was a promotional. That was a promotion, and I will change it. I'll change that. Make sure you do give me a follow on Twitter. Because that is where that's where much of the conversations actually take place. Twitter, and join our. Make sure you join our WhatsApp group. Make sure you join the WhatsApp group. I could share the link at the moment. With you the link at the moment. Make sure you join the WhatsApp group. We are 135 participants there. We are 135 participants. So we are very close to getting full. And I don't think I'll open another one. Yeah. For easy management, I'll only have one. Yeah. For easy management, I'll only have one. So let me try to share with you the link, the WhatsApp link. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm using Cossy19, and thanks everybody who has followed me on Instagram, because at the moment on Instagram we are at 170 followers. 150. Yeah, 150. Twitter, we at 175. So make sure you continue the job. You guys are doing, a tremendous job. I'm really, really, really happy with you guys. So I'm putting a link. I'm putting a WhatsApp link. Have I put it? Yes. So the WhatsApp link, the WhatsApp group link is in the comments. Make sure you you do yourself service. Join only if you want. If you don't want, there's some people who don't like WhatsApp groups, don't join. You could just follow me on Twitter and then ask me questions personally there. We discuss more and more and more and more and more and more. So let's speak about Ben White, people, as we go through some of your comments. Ben White, the information I have the information I got yesterday is Ben White has finished his medicals. Ben White medicals are absolutely done. Yeah, so the Ben White medicals are absolutely done. And the information I have, he will actually take his photo shoot. He will take his photo shoot on Tuesday, and he might be announced as an Arsenal player on Wednesday. So we still wait for that. But of course, yesterday I told you he actually arrived at London Colney, and things did take place. Hope you saw the story there. Hope you saw that story. there. So Ben White is going to be our fourth signing of the summer, because the third one has actually been confirmed as Mike Miles Bierith. Is our third signing of the summer. Smart like button people, let's get them to 230. That is only 5 legs to do that. That is only 5 legs to do that. 230, 5 legs to do that. I skipped this. I wanted to speak about this as well. Sorry. Because instead of going for Tammy, I will keep Laka and let him go for free. Financial wise, it makes sense. Yeah, financial wise, it makes sense. But I think what Arsenal are trying to do is they're trying to secure the services of Tammy Abraham, so they can actually sign him next summer. I think that's what they're trying to do. It looks like they want him. It looks like he is the player they want, right? He is the player they want. In the next live stream, we will talk about the alternatives to James Maddison. We'll talk about the alternatives to James Maddison. If the Maddison deal doesn't come through, who should actually Arsenal focus on? And have a couple of players on my list, including the likes of, including players from Germany. I won't say the names. But I have a couple of names from Germany. Let's get them to let's get that to 230. Let's get it to 230 people. Thanks everybody for doing that. Let's get them to 230. Right. Big up my money, Glenn in the chat. Make sure if you subscribe to Glenn. I'm always on his show, on his channel, at least 2 or 3 times, in a week. So make sure you subscribe to his channel. I'm skeptical on buying players from Chelsea. In fact, one of the players has proved their worth recently. Peter Cech, Louise, William, and now Tammy Abraham. And the truth is. Audio. Is my audio not fine? Let me try to check it out. All right. As I'm trying to check my audio and try to see that it's fine. How is the audio, guys? How is the audio? Someone is telling me the audio is harsh. Thank you so much, my man Speed. Thank you so much, my man Speed. Says the audio is a little bit distorted. I don't know why. Not really sure about that. Why? The audio is distorted. Because any update from Abraham at the moment, we are trying to agree personal terms with him. That's all I know. Guys, how is the audio? How is the audio before we continue? Oh, it's fine, eh? Thanks everybody. Thank you so much. 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 Thank you so much, my man Speed. Big up Speed. Big up Speed. It's always so good when you guys tell me. But we're speaking about this. And we're speaking about the players that we've actually signed from. The players. The players we've signed from Chelsea, and you don't blame Chelsea. You don't blame Chelsea, right? Because Arsenal has never gone for Eden Hazard from Chelsea. Actually, Arsenal has never gone for Ziyech. Arsenal has never gone for the players we get from Chelsea. The players that are running that are on a free, like William. We got Gallas. How did you rate Gallas? How did you rate Gallas? All together. How did you rate William Gallas altogether? Yeah. How did you rate William Gallas? How did you rate William Gallas altogether? Because that is one of the players we got from Chelsea. Because look, for me, I don't blame Chelsea. I really don't blame Chelsea. The players we've gone for at Chelsea are not. They're not the top-notch quality. They're not. David Louis, yeah, the experience and things like that, but we didn't sign prime David Luiz from Chelsea. We didn't sign prime William from Chelsea. We didn't sign prime Peter Cech from Chelsea. No, we've actually gone for these players when they're when they're old, when they become when they become old. That's it. Yeah, that's absolutely it. So sorry for the audio. Sorry for the audio. I hope it's better now. Technical issues when you're a one-man crew. Last time I was with Glenn, and he was telling me how you struggle when you are a one-man crew, man. But people, thanks everybody for joining me this early morning. Do smash a like on the video. We are very close to 250 likes. Very, very close to 250 likes. There's kind of an echo in the sound. Where is that coming from? I'm going to try to review that. I'm going to try to review that and see. I think it's the software I'm using. Yeah, I think it's the software I'm using, but I'm gonna try to review that on the next stream. Thank you so much, people. Thank you so much, my people. Thank you so much. I'm gonna try to review that the audio issue. I'll try. Arsenal should buy an experienced and ready-made player, especially number 10, since we left Ozil to go. Supply to the strikers has been minimal. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's one thing we've got to think about as an Arsenal side. Yeah, as an Arsenal side. Yeah, I want to thank all the people. I want to thank all the people who always tune in, even on the uploads. At times, many of you actually tune in for live streams, but I want to thank all the people who tune in for the uploads, because it really means a lot. It really means a lot when you guys watch the uploads. We are 250 likes. Let's get them to 270 people right about now. Let's get them to 270 right about now. Thanks, everybody. It's so massive, people. It's so massive when I stream and I get the likes. So let's get them to 270 right about now as I look at some of your comments around here. Yeah. So make sure you do give me a like. Let's get them 270 as we see more of your likes, more of your comments. I'm always dreamed of seeing black guys in the midfield of Arsenal, and I see my dream coming true. I also had the same mentality. I really wanted those muscular, especially African players in the midfield, especially as a DM. I wanted a box to box that is, that is physical. I've also wanted a CM, a box to. I've always wanted a box to box, and I've also wanted what should I say? And I've also wanted a DM and a CM that are African. And I think I don't think I realize I don't think I have problems with them, honestly. Yeah, I don't think I have problems with them. They're just fine. They're absolutely just fine. Make sure you do smash a like on the video, people. Make sure you do smash a like on the video. I'm just making sure I'm not keeping. Big up my man Kancha UG. Big up my man Kancha UG in the comments. I've shared a link. Thank you so much, my man. Syed for for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. It really means a lot. Really means a lot. Thank you so much for the super chat. And it says, do you think Ben White is better than David Alaba? What a question there, isn't it? What a question there it is. What a question. My problem with Melon, it actually doesn't show. It actually it actually doesn't show. It won't show me. It won't show me my. It won't show the super chat as a super chat. That's my problem with it. Yeah, that's my problem with it. So it says, do you think Ben White is better than Alaba? What is the most comfortable car in the world? Is it a Rolls Royce? I'm only asking. I'm not a car guy. Yeah, I'm not a car guy. But yeah, I'm not a car guy. But is it a Rolls Royce? Probably. Is it a Rolls Royce? Glenn says we should do a Q&A, right? Right? We will do a Q&A. Yeah, we'll do a Q&A. We'll do a question and answer session. So this one is so easy, but I don't know what I should say. Look, let me say this. David Alaba is miles and miles ahead of miles ahead of Ben White. Ben White has to do a lot, my brother, to get to that level. He has to do a lot. Look, I don't really mean he's not good enough. That is not what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say he's not good enough, but I think, yeah, I think he's got to do more. He's got to do more to get to that level, and I think he can get to that level if he works hard. But the amount of work, the amount of hard work, the likes of Alaba have put in, it's not easy. It's not really easy to say that. It's not really easy to say that. They are at the same level. Absolutely, it's not. It's not that easy. Yeah, it's not that easy. I think Alaba is way miles ahead. Miles and miles ahead. But I think Ben White, maybe in 5 years, you could have him as as your Alaba, maybe, right? Maybe. So I think he's not better than Alaba. Not really better than Alaba. I think Alaba is a very, very experienced, versatile player. Very experienced, versatile player. Very experienced. We are very close to 280 likes, people. Let's make that dream come true as well. Let's leave the stream with 280 likes. Do that. Make sure I do that. Make sure let's get to 280 likes. It's your power, not mine. It's your power, not mine. Let's make sure we are at 280 likes. Is my audio not good? It's fine. People saying my audio. Some people saying my audio is not good. I don't know what's wrong. I'll try to review, but my brother says the audio is fine. Need to take a couple of your comments. I'll just say I prefer Ben White. I prefer Ben White. You prefer? Do you prefer Ben White to Alaba? I wouldn't take Ben White over Alaba. You know that. I wouldn't really take Ben White over Alaba. Honestly, if you have to be honest, I wouldn't. Arsenal need to get Maddison at all angles, right, guys? Thanks everybody for tuning in this early morning. It's been a very, very interesting one to actually, it's been very interesting to talk to you. And of course, we will do more live streams. The vote, the people who have won the vote is 3 live streams. 3 live streams. They're the people who have won the vote. 3 live streams. People, let's smash that button. Let's get 30 more likes and get them to 300. That is gonna be massive. So people, 3 live streams are the people who have won the vote. So expect 3 live streams on a daily basis. Let's get 30 more likes and get them to 300 likes. And for now, I would love to say thank you for joining me. It's been very, very massive. Obviously, we'll speak again very, very soon. Do smash a like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel, and why not? I'll speak to you very, very soon.